Hello friends and welcome to Looking at the Markets with David Modell. Today we're going to talk about the parabolic SAR indicator invented by this man, J. Wells Wilder, who also brought us the RSI and the average true range. Alright, so let's take a look at stockcharts.com. This is for swing trading. This is a daily candlestick chart of Apple stock. Later in this video, we'll look at it from the perspective of a day trader. But for now, we'll stick with swing trading right now. And notice that the parabolic SAR is a bunch of dots. It's kind of unusual looking. All right, and sometimes the candles are above the dots. And that's when the trend is upward. That's bullish price action. So when the candles are above the dots, right below them, then you want to be going long. All right. And then when the trend reverses, when the candles start to go down, then you'll see that the candles are below the dots. And that's bearish price action. The trend is downward, and you want to get out of the stock at that point. So it's pretty simple. Okay, so when the candles are above the dots, you can take a long position if you want to. You can buy it. And then as soon as suddenly the candles are below the dots, you can get out. All right, take your profits. So you kind of get a trailing stop loss effect here, because notice that the dots move with the candles. The indicator, it moves with the stock price, much like a trailing stop loss does. So you can enjoy the ride up until the trend turns downward. When the price action gets ugly or the trend is down, then it takes you out. Again, much like a trailing stop loss. All right. Also, what's cool about this indicator, you notice that a lot of indicators will be right on top of the candles all the time, and that's no fun, right? Like moving averages sometimes are right on top of the candlesticks, and you can't see what's what. All right, it's kind of annoying. Notice that the parabolic SAR dots are never right on top of the candles. All right, they're not right in the middle of the price action there. It's separated from it. You get some space, some breathing room between the indicator and the candles themselves. And if you're wondering when it decides to reverse, well, notice that, let's take a look at these candles, right? Okay, so these candles are below the dots, and so here it's bearish, okay, because you have a downward trend. You have bearish price action, so it's below the dots, and so you're not buying the stock here. You're staying out. You could even go short if you want to. But for those who only go long, who buy stocks and don't short them, which is a safer way to go, especially for Apple, which tends upward, right? Tends to go upward most of the time, or a lot of the time. Okay, so here your candles are below the dots. Okay, that's bearish. You want to stay out. And then as soon as the candles hit the dots above them, what does that mean? That means the trend is upwards now. So it hits the dots above them, and look what happens to the dots. Suddenly they shift all the way down here. Now the dots are below, candles are above. You get in right here, right? Okay. So it's going upward, it's trending upward, everything's great, and then, it trends downward, right? It's the beginning of a downtrend here. And as soon as the candle hits those dots below them, guess what happens to the dots? They shift. They shift to being above the candles now, and so you get out. Bearish price action, downward trend, you want to get out. Okay, so whenever the candles hit the dots, either above or below, then the dots shift position, above or below. And because that's a trend change, it's signaling a trend change. Now, the parabolic SAR indicator works best when it's trending, which Apple is on this chart for sure. You could have done pretty well with it. You could have enjoyed a lot of rides up, and you could have avoided a lot of the waterfalls, as I call them, the downward price action, all right? Because it would have taken you out, kind of like a trailing stop loss, once again. It would have taken you out as soon as the trend or direction changed. When it's no fun, when it doesn't work too well, is during sideways price action, because then you're getting out and getting in, you're getting out, you're getting in, getting out, all right? Buying, selling, running up a lot of commission costs, unless you're using Robinhood or something like that, or Alpha Investing or one of those, fee-free, commission-free apps or something like that. Then you could avoid the commission costs. But even then, you have the frustration of getting out, getting in, getting out, getting in. All right. So when it's not a trending market, when it's a sideways, drifty, choppy kind of market, it doesn't work too well. All right. When it's trending, it's fantastic. Look at that ride up there. Okay. Would have made some nice profits there. So you can use it with another indicator that tells you when the market is, or when the stock is trending and when it's not trending, something like that, okay? And there are indicators that do that. But if you have a trending market, this works pretty well, I would say. All right, so that's for swing trading. You can use it. Here's tradingview.com. This is a good website with charts for day traders and swing traders too. All right, and notice that, again, this is Apple stock. It's a 5-minute chart, which is pretty good for day traders. And again, we can see that you can ride it up, okay? And so what happens? Well, when the stock, okay, it's trending down, so it's below the dots, and so you're staying out. You're not buying the stock now. But then when the candle hits the dots, what happens to the dots? They shift to the other position, right below the candles now, and you can get in, ride it all the way up, and then the candles have switched directions. They hit the dots below them, and so the dots shift to being above the candles, and that's bearish price action. And it takes you out right about here. So that's an example, all right? But again, when you have that sideways action, you're in, you're out, you're in, you're out, you're frustrated, no fun, okay? So only really best for trending markets. Still a pretty good indicator overall, but if you can use it with another indicator that tells you when the market is trending or when it's just drifting and sideways, that can help you a lot, all right? And I have videos on a lot of indicators, and I'm going to put this in a playlist on YouTube with all, not every indicator, but practically, almost. All right. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like it, please give it a thumbs up on YouTube and leave a comment. Do you like the parabolic SAR indicator? Have you tried it? Did you like it? Was it useful for you? And subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't done that already, and hit that notification bell on YouTube so you can find out when I'm putting out new videos like this one. And if you'd like some help with trading or investing, you can email me anytime. My email address is down below. It's davidmodell@gmail.com. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it, and I'll talk to you again soon.